Just moments ago, all 7 billion people on Earth mysteriously died at the same instant. 8 Ivor submerged underwater, miraculously survived. However, the moment he removed his respirator, he immediately sensed something was wrong. Donning the respirator again, he felt normal. Initially, he suspected he'd been underwater too long and his body hadn't adjusted. He removed the respirator once more, and this time he clearly felt unable to breathe. It was as if all the oxygen in the air had vanished. Not only that, but animal carcasses littered the streets, and the once minus bustling world was terrifyingly silent. It wasn't until he saw the body of a dead woman in a car that he truly realized the world had changed. Dragging his few remaining oxygen tanks, the man pressed onward. Soon he discovered a house. Cautiously, he pushed open the door. Inside, he finally saw another living person besides himself. He gestured to the woman, reassuring her he meant no harm. With the absence of oxygen, some couldn't travel through the air, so they could only communicate using sign language. The man extended a hand, inviting the woman to come with him. Looking at her deceased mother, the woman ultimately chose to follow him. Before leaving, they placed their remaining oxygen tanks on a small cart. They then drove off in the cart, searching for hope of survival in this apocalyptic world. Along the way, city streets were strewn with bodies. The two entered a supermarket for supplies. Seeing the phone on the checkout counter, the woman rambling like picked it up and dialed for help. She held her breath, hoping to hear a voice, but only the dial tone echoed through the silent store. As expected, there was no response. Clinging to a sliver of hope, they went to a hilltop. The woman activated a distress beacon while the man launched a flare. As the smoke dissipated, hope turned to despair. Their oxygen was running critically low. Just as they prepared to face death, a firework suddenly bloomed in the distant sky. They looked at each other, their excitement in Kepersevel. Following the direction of the firework, they drove to a villa on the outskirts. The room was filled with music, but the person listening was long dead. Their last shred of hope vanished completely. The two danced one final dance amidst the music. After the song ended, the man's oxygen tank was empty. Without hesitation, the man switched to the woman's remaining oxygen tank. It was then that the woman realized her own oxygen tank was also nearly empty. She pointed to the man, indicating her predicament, but he gestured that he couldn't help. Only one oxygen tank remained. Neither wanted to be the first to die. Their friendship quickly dissolved to extend their lives. They fought. During their struggle, a wall decoration fell to the floor, but they didn't notice the oxygen tubes gradually wrapping around their ankles. They tripped and the man gasped in pain. A deer antler had pierced his body. He soon lost all signs of life. The woman, still in shock, slowly removed the respirator from the man's mouth, then took off his goggles. For the first time, she saw his face. Perhaps coming to terms with it, the woman removed her own respirator. Moments later, she followed the man into the abyss.